Hi there, all of you, dear good souls. You have requested me to talk to the world. Okay, I will try. But the things I talk about, most people don't want to hear. Nevertheless, I told you that I will comply if possible with your whatever request, since you are my God's disciples. Okay, I will try. The outcome, I cannot guarantee. It might even get me into more trouble. It might invite more enemies. It might threaten me with even more death threats than already exist. I am okay, in case you're all worried. I'm okay. Well, at least for you, my God's disciples, who were eager to hear my voice, I would talk about something. All right, let's talk about the world at large. You see, every day we are praying for peace, for happiness, for health, for prosperity. But we are doing the opposite. We cause water to run dry. We cause mountains and land to slide. We cause brutal storms, typhoons, tsunamis, earthquakes, etc., which kill young and old, animal folk, mountains and forests, oceans, lakes and rivers, any precious loved ones, faith and moral, you name it. We worry about victims of the war. The present war in Ukraine has been a pain for the world. Of course, for me too. There are no words I can use to describe my pain about the war in Ukraine. And we worry because hundreds of thousands of Russian soldiers, plus hundreds of thousands of others from Ukraine, have died and still continue to die more and more. For nothing, achieve nothing. We have pain for them. We pray for them. And the destructive, murderous war is still not yet finished. I used to blame because of pain. I used to cry out, blaming this and that, blaming many other factors. Well, I don't blame anymore. Because while blaming the instigator of the war or suffering makers, I know deep down myself that is all collective karma. The killing karma has to be kind of paid for, recycled, until there are no traces left, just like we recycle garbage or any other material things that can't be used or have to be gotten rid of. Of course, it's good that we pray for them and we pray to God for the war to end so people can go back to their normal life, being more productive for their own countries as well as for the world at large. But we forget that the war has always been going on every day in our world, with or without any other country involved, with or without the extremists, terrorists, etc. We make war every day. That is the fact. War with the helpless animal kingdom. with our own fetus, our own babies in the wombs. End this war, then all wars will end. Then we will achieve real, lasting peace. There are many troubles in our world, but if we generate compassionate energy, all negative will melt and be gone. Love has the component to dissolve all ills. Remember what the goddess of love told us long ago. The big war that has prolonged for 4 years, killing hundreds of thousands of soldiers and innocent bystanders, and we mourn for that. But there are bigger wars than this. If you did not know, or if you have forgotten, may I remind you, 73 approximately, or it could be more, 73 million plus human beings die every year. That's about 200,000 per day. And nothing has been done about it, or very little. These 73 million are innocent babies to be, innocent humans to be, who could contribute greatly, or at least produce something that's good for humanity, for humans' survival, for the planet's prosperity. And we continue to make this war without thinking too much about it. And all the so-called laws in different countries are supporting it, encouraging it, paying for it with people's hard-earned tax money, while their citizens are still sleeping on the street, buried under the snow, dying without anyone's care. And the blood river is still running from any slaughterhouses in any country. The mountain of bones still continue piling up, also by the slaughterhouses in different countries. Why our mountains are sliding, our lands are disappearing, burying people and their properties with it, leaving orphans, widows, disabled people everywhere. I haven't been talking for a long time, not too much, so I guess I'm not very fluent in speech today. Forgive me. Be patient with me. I was even worried that God would not allow me to speak to you anymore. But today I just do. I did ask God for permission. The answer is not clear. Now we have disasters every day. Every day, if you watch any of the channels, TV channels or even internet channels, you will always see some disasters, unprecedented disasters everywhere. People are dying, properties are ruined, farming land or harvests are destroyed. People are getting more and more desperate. More and more people don't even know what food does satisfy means anymore. They eat today, they don't know if tomorrow they have food. They eat in the morning, they don't know if in the evening they will get any. All because we are destroying the substance of survival, the substance of love, which is the base of all life in the universe. That is, treating all as we would like to be treated. People are still sleeping on the street in very thin tents under stormy, snowy, fierce, raining weather in a slim, very thin tent and the snow covering everywhere. They are homeless. They have not been born homeless. They have not been homeless before. They might have become homeless due to loss of job, a heavy tax, or a serious illness that they could not afford to pay for. But they had to because they had to survive. And after all that, they have nothing left, so they have to live on the street. Having no food, no house, no water, no bathroom. They have to swallow the dignity to go out begging for food or eating garbage from the dirty bins. They have to huddle themselves together, if even possible, in that little tent. Wow, we spent trillions of US dollars to kill others. There were the others that look exactly like us, with nose in the middle, the mouth under it, and two eyes on both sides. And we continue to spend more and more for more incredible weapons that you cannot imagine. A couple, even 100 years ago, or even some 10 years ago, just to kill more accurately, just to kill more precisely, and just to cause more ruin, destruction everywhere, so that other people, even though they don't get the bullets, still die from hunger, from cold, because no electricity left, no water, no food, the harvest destroyed. I don't know who we are anymore. Does the word human befit us anymore? We are worse than animals nowadays. The animals, they don't do anything bad to us. They just help us, love us. If you think the cows are different from the dogs, think again. If you see some of the videos that the news team and I collected for you, you will see it. There is no difference between the cow, the goat, the sheep, and other animals. People, and your pet dog, your pet cat, your pet birds. If they haven't seen you if the cow person didn't see you for a long time and you came back, he will ram his head into your body to welcome you home. He would sometimes take the risk with other animals or even a poisonous snake to protect you. So many true stories like that. Even a chicken person, the one that you have no second thought of jumping on his little body and enjoying their suffering, blood and flesh. They would love you no end. They have intelligence. They have DNA almost like a human's DNA. I once made a joke with some of my attendants because they were saying the chicken person has DNA almost like the humans. And I said to them, oh, I know a man who has DNA almost like the chicken person. But it's not a funny joke. It's not. It was funny at that time. They laughed. But it's not funny at all. When their life depends on your mercy and you don't show them any. We have so much food to eat. Some people in Vietnam, they don't even eat rice. They just eat only vegetables and some fruits. They train like that, so they can even float on water, meditate on water. I have collected some of these stories and videos, but we have too many, so we can't always show everything. I hope they can find some of that and show it to you. Just one or two examples, but there are many, many.
Cô thì Phạm Kim Tuyết.
Phạm Kim Tuyết.
Cô ở ấp Đại An, xã Thới An Hội, huyện Kế Sách.
Dạ. Cô Tuyết là phát hiện cái khả năng là tự nổi trên mặt nước của mình là từ khi nào ạ?
Năm nay khoảng 8-9 năm rồi con. Tại vì lúc đó là cô không ăn cơm hồi mùng 10 tháng 10 2009. Rồi cái một ngày đó thì con nghe văn vẳng bên tai cô á, nói là mày xuống sông đi, mày nổi trên mặt nước á. Rồi cái cô cũng không tin nữa, cho đến một ngày đó cô coi trong truyền hình thấy hai cha con ông đó nổi đó. Cái cô mới la thôi vậy để mình xuống thử.
Trời ơi, khó tin quá các bạn ơi. Đúng thật sự là có thể là nằm kiết già trên mặt nước và thả lỏng để cho cái con nước nó trôi đi. Cô nói là có thể là nằm từ sáng đến chiều vậy, nhưng mà chỉ sợ là con nước á nó trôi cô đi vô những cái chỗ mà hóc bờ, hoặc là khi mà ghe thuyền á nó đột nhiên mà nó tới cũng là rất là nguy hiểm ha. Bởi vì cái trạng thái của người nằm thiền á đôi khi là lỡ mà ngủ quên á. Đó, như các bạn thấy không? Nó nằm thiền trên mặt nước.
Hồi giờ mới thấy luôn á.
Hồi giờ mới thấy đúng không? Đó các bạn, cô đang nằm thiền, thả lỏng cho con nước nó trôi xuống á. Vỗ tay các con, vỗ tay. Quá lạ luôn. Cười được nữa chứ. Kính thưa các bạn, từ nãy giờ là cô đã thả trôi là khoảng hơn 5 phút rồi. Mà cô nói là cô sẽ thả trôi hoài luôn. Lúc nào cũng được hết.
Hồi lúc cô mới xuống lần đầu đó, cái con gái cô nói mẹ làm mấy câu thơ cho con nghe đi. Cái thì lúc đó cô ở dưới sông bước lên, cái con nói biết gì mà làm. Thì cái cô mới nói, cái cô suy nghĩ con là nằm trên mặt nước thấy ung dung, thì thấy rõ ràng là ung dung. Thì rau trái tôi đây chỉ tạm dùng, thì thật sự là ăn rau.
Even just eating vegetables, you survive and you look good, you're well, you lack nothing. Even humble potatoes or tomatoes or little beans will give you ample nutrition and energy to live on and live well. We, the news team and I, collect every day whatever we can, whatever I can in my own little time. Because I have to do many things. I have to check and edit all the shows on Supreme Master Television myself. And I do photography and edit them, select them. And I also do many other things, my so-called homework, household work, and cook for myself and wash whatever I can. Even hanging and removing my clothes takes time, since there is no automatic washing machine here. Everything takes time. I'm glad I have very little space to clean up, and my clothes are humble, very simple to wash. But still, everything takes time. I wish I could do more for the world. But for that, I also need to meditate a lot, as many hours as I can. And I have to also receive and manage instructions from inside. Not just instructions from God and the Trinity, but also reports from different kings, different departments in heaven. And I have to spend my energy to bless the people. Foremost are my disciples, because they are still not yet completely mature. Whatever they see in their inner visions is nothing much yet. They will have to continue to grow. But I'm proud of them, because most of them are growing very well, and they are very sincere. Especially nowadays, they are more urgent, more diligent in their spiritual practice. So they grow very well. Nowadays, we have so much more high-tech machinery and everything that we could use to make our life more happy, more comfortable, more easy. But we use all this intelligence, all this prestige, all this advantage to kill. The war is going on every day. Every day. For the infants, for the fetuses, for the animal beings, even the wild ones. Even though they live in the jungle, in the forest, or deep in the sea, we still hunt them down, kill them, and eat them. If you have 1 minute in a day in your life, think about that. Think about how they feel. Think about why we have to do this when we have so abundant blessings, fruit, vegetables, vegetable protein even, to satisfy our taste and to strengthen our precious body, which is given to us by God. And when God gives you another baby, you kill it. Before he could even say, please don't kill me. Before he could even talk. Before he could even see your face to thank you for giving him a chance to live. Giving him a life of a human so that he can enjoy all this goodness and happiness like you do, with you. How can you do this? I mean, maybe some people in war or in a not very developed country, they don't know much about things. Nobody teaches them about moral standards than life before. But today, 21st century already, you have all the information you need from the internet. You can give your baby away, and how many couples would be so happy to receive that gift from God, to love him, to take care of her until they grow up and enjoy the life that God gives them.
She is beautiful.
Yeah.
Can you say hi?
Get closer, Mama.
I can let you hold her for a second and then I have to put her back on the lights, but this is pretty important moment right now.
Sorry, the nurse is being loud.
Hi, I know. Say, I like snails.
Hello, family. Oh my goodness.
I'm crying already. Don't be sorry. Look, she's already cozy with you.
Yeah, she's like, this is my mama.
She's been having a rough morning and that's the calmest she's been.
Hello, Kissy.
Absolutely. She's yours. She's gonna be yours. She's yours.
How about you, Pop?
Give her a little kiss on the forehead.
You can see that the world is getting more brilliant, more comfortable in all kinds of inventions and high tech. But not all people who are in power, big or small power, even just try to enjoy it and be grateful for it. Instead, they are making war, making suffering, creating hell here with their power. And even then, their people don't do anything. But even if they do anything, it's useless because they are in the seat of power. They have all the money at their disposal. They have all the young, beautiful people to go out and die for them, for their cruel, wicked, evil intentions. Just because the whole system is based on obedience no matter what. This is such a greatest sad thing. And there are a lot of people meditating, doing good nowadays because of the internet that they know. They know where to help and what to do, where to go learn. But there are even fake gurus everywhere. Even people came into my group, stole just the instructions without inner God permit power and went out and proclaimed their masters and that they are higher than the Buddha and all that stuff, using public relations techniques, using the internet to hide their low, wicked motive, so they can rape children and rob money from their followers, the vulnerable ones, especially the elderly, who are not very good at checking out information on internet. They work all their life for their family, and their family is good to them, so they believe everyone is good. And these people, they know how to talk. They know how to trick them, just like the scam people on the internet. They know how to rob money from the vulnerable people. They fake their voice, they fake their names, they fake their information, everything, just to rob money from innocence. I have no enough room for sorrow, thinking of these poor people. And our meditation does help, so we have one peace deal after another, but one peace stops here, another need for peace. Mushrooms up again. If humans don't change and continue to go the wrong way, then they would never get to the right place where they want to be. If they continue to be part of the murderous systems of this world and pay tax for it, and the governments don't say anything, the leaders don't teach them any righteous ways, then we continue to have war until one day all will be destroyed, nothing left of this world. And that day might come sooner than anyone expects. Many parts are destroyed already, irretrievable. More are coming without warning. Oh, God help us. We are at war now every day already with babies. The parents are at war with their own flesh and blood, their babies. And we all are at war with animal people everywhere, killing all the innocents. then one day will be no more pure innocent beings left. Only evil, wicked, and treacherous entities in this world. Only the dark energy remains, enveloping the whole world. So we will never ever have peace, prosperity, harmony, safety the way we want it. That's the day all heavenly protectors' hands are removed from this world, as the cycle ends for an indefinite time. Good souls will be lifted to different heavens. Sinners will go down to different hell punishments, forever waiting in agony, extreme suffering and horror. None can escape. Too late, too late. Oh, really too painful to think of it. We still do our best, but do not blame yourself that you haven't done enough for peace and benevolence in this world. It's not all your fault. I know you work very hard, you my God's disciples. Sometimes I have to say it in neutral tone, but you yourself are initiated and you know what to do already. I have to say things for the worldly people who are not initiated, who are not yet blessed by God with initiation and enlightenment. They still don't know. So I have to say in neutral terms, like even if I give tips to the kids, but that's for every kid in the world. But you're initiated kids, you also teach them extra. You read my teachings to them until they can read it themselves. You explain to them the things that I have explained to you. And you explain to your friends or your neighbors the way I have explained to you. Help them however you can. Because in this period of life, if they continue to be wrong, then only hell waits for them. And it's not just for a period of time. It will be eons until the next chance for a life cycle to return to the beginning point. And that will be tremendous forever suffering for them. Meanwhile, that's why we work so hard. That's why I work so hard, because I want them to be rescued, to avoid, to escape from this kind of relentless hell situation. My heart never can heal thinking of them. If they suffer, any of them suffer, it's me who suffers. God also suffers if any of his children go in the wrong direction or go to hell. We have to continue working, even though in my heart I would like you to enjoy just a leisure time, happy time the way you deserve. Without this troubled world, you could just enjoy heaven within yourself, within your families, within your initiation brotherhood. You know that. And I thank you, all of you, for sacrificing some happiness, your blissful time, to help others in this world, including the innocent, helpless animal people and babies. I thank you forever. I love you so much. I love you all forever. I love the Supreme Master TV team members who wake up when they're supposed to rest to catch the shows that I have edited and sent, or to cooperate with each other to continue another show. They don't have to do all this. They are good. They are secured. Their souls are liberated already. But they often have to forsake time, sleep, good meals. In the middle of the meal, in the middle of sleep, have to get up to work because we are international team. And the time is not like the working time in their own country. I appreciate them forever so much. I give whatever I can, my blessing. And every day, whomever I can contact by writing or editing, I thank you. Thank you is never enough, but that's all I can do, because I can't write you a lot. I already do not have too much time for writing comments or corrections or additions to our TV shows and checking them, and also taking photographs, editing photographs, etc., etc., and taking care of myself when I every day have karma, even taking care of myself with the medicine also is a lot of time, if I even remember it. Sometimes I put on alarm clocks, but then I don't hear them. I be somewhere else doing some other thing, and I forgot. I'm not always in my wigwam. I have to go outside and do some little cooking, checking out the internet, if it's working or not. Sometimes it doesn't work. Many little things, but it requires time. In this world, everything is controlled by time and space. I'm still grateful that my life is still okay, and I'm still here to accompany you, to walk with you till the end, and helping the planet in different ways. I have different ways to also bring people back to God, but I cannot tell you. I cannot. Many words I cannot tell you, and you know that. Anyway, just to let you know that we have to continue working, and that I appreciate every little second that you spend on helping others, either through Supreme Master Television or charity or any other things that you do selflessly for the sake of others' happiness and elevation by God's grace. These things will help to bring people back to God also, and give you merit to let God's love flow into your being, to bless you and others through you. I'm so proud of you, love you, and I will never leave you. Even after the end of the world, I would never leave you. You have the best friend forever. Just try also to be your best, to make a good shining example for the world, and help whoever you can, selflessly. My love is forever with you, and my thanks is also forever with you. I thank God for sending you to me to help me do this great work to save countless souls and this planet. Whatever happens, I'm always with you. Okay, my loves? I love you, love you, love you, love you. May God bless you, bless you, bless you. And also, through you, bless the world as well. Thank you, my Lord.
Sorry, sensitive images, but in reality, it's absolutely heartbreaking.
You have kept asking me to talk, because I haven't talked for a long time. God didn't want me to talk anymore to you up to now. And I knew if I talked, I would not make much clear, because my heart is so broken and I have no way to mend it. But you keep asking me, so here I go. I satisfied your request, because you are my God's disciples, and I promise to answer you whatever I can. since the start of my mission already. I have answered your many questions, bad questions, good questions, criticizing questions, praising questions. Everything I have done for you. So this is another time that we're together, that I tell you things that all of you already knew. Even the children, your children that have been initiated by me also knew. So for you, just a reminder, but you asked me to talk to the world. I did, I still do, in my tips of the day, in some of the news, daily news, comments, or leaking secrets, etc. Even though these things cost me a lot, cost me my energy, cost me my spiritual treasure, because I have to pay for karma, for leaking. One of the reasons God did not want me to talk anymore is because I leaked things which I should not have, but I could not bear it. If I was any weaker, I would have leaked many more things. And probably I would be banned forever. Or things might happen to the Supreme Master Television or my life. Right now, I just been kind of robbed of some financial sums by banks or by any other cause. This money is not for me. I don't really need much to live. I know how to live simply, and cost effectively. I don't really need a big house or anything to live in. I don't need a luxury car to drive. It's just that I'm still being robbed by the blind law. Or some excuses. And I was still thinking of where else can I get a good ashram for you. But I have to ask God also about that. Any money I earn, I don't consider mine, it's God's, so I have to ask for permission. Even though I am in the Trinity, I'm just a part of it. God Almighty is the ultimate source of all good, all blessing, all grace, all permission. You see, God already has granted us peace and comfortable, compassionate living on earth. But all the wars that are going on continuously in our world have built a formidable, unbreakable wall around our lives, around the world, so that peace cannot easily descend. Some are dripping down, of course, so we have a lot of peace initiatives and actions going on around the world. It's just there are still some more wars breaking out and brewing around because of too much murderous karma in the world. We cut ourselves off from God's grace. Except those who are initiated into the Kuan Yin method by me. Most people don't see heaven, don't hear anything from heaven, and don't improve their moral standard. A lot are still sliding down, ruining themselves, and the chance to be back in the truth, in the true world, in the mansions that God has built for us. We just have to change, and it's so easy. Don't murder anymore your own flesh and blood and your fellow beings. Don't murder anymore your animal fellow beings. co-tenants on this planet, then everything will be well, perfect, happy, and blissful. Almost like in heaven. I promise you with all my honor and sincerity and honesty. You, the disciples, asked me to tell the people, tell the leaders, they will listen. That's what I have been hoping for almost 4 decades, and not much has happened. We have disciples, of course, but compared to the population of the world, they are very meager in number, very minimal by my calculation. It's not like I don't want to take care of any of these people, but they just refuse. They just go in the opposite direction. Yanking them back is not possible. They have to decide to return to the righteous path. They have to U-turn themselves because inside their heart they know it. I cannot understand for them. I cannot decide for them. I can only tell them in different ways. And also pardon me. It's been getting colder for the past few days, and so I cough again, but I'm all right. I'm all right. I will be okay again soon. Don't worry. You don't worry. Just now I coughed because I sat outside of the the wigwam. I thought today is not windy and it's not all that cold like in the past days, but it still affects me. If it's too cold, your breathing will kind of scratch your lungs and make you feel a little hurt. So I went back now into the wigwam already, and I will not cough anymore. So sorry to make you worry. If you do, don't. Okay? I'm much better already in many ways. I was surprised also. It's no small things that happen daily, but it's a price to pay. I'm just asking the most powerful leaders in the world, secular, worldly leaders and religious so-called leaders. Even if you don't understand about karma, even if you read the Bibles and the sutras, with your ears, your eyes closed, pretending you didn't see this part of compassionate living, pretending you don't know karma exists. But you must know, if you have been treated the way you treat others, how would you feel? How would you feel if you are a harmless, helpless baby in the womb and being torn into pieces by abortion medicine, or dug out piece by piece by medical instruments, or having agonizing pain because of killing pills, abortion pills? How would you feel? Wouldn't you feel terrified and pain? And I cannot describe it. You know it. Just put yourself in the fetus, the baby's position. Then you know it. I'm just asking the most powerful leaders in the world, secular, worldly leaders and religious so-called leaders. Even if you don't understand about karma, even if you read the Bibles and the sutras, with your ears, your eyes closed, pretending you didn't see this part of compassionate living, pretending you don't know karma exists. But you must know, if you have been treated the way you treat others, how would you feel? How would you feel if you are a harmless, helpless baby in the womb and being torn into pieces by abortion medicine, or dug out piece by piece by medical instruments, of having agonizing pain because of killing pills, abortion pills, how would you feel? Wouldn't you feel terrified and pain? And I cannot describe it. You know it. Just put yourself in the fetus, the baby's position. Then you know it.
A woman in the United Kingdom has filed a lawsuit asking that abortion businesses be required to inform women their preborn babies are capable of feeling pain while being aborted. The woman, Anna Marie Tudor, says if she had known her unborn baby she aborted at 23 weeks could feel pain, she would not have chosen abortion. Tudor says because she was not given this information on fetal pain, she claims she was incapable of giving her fully informed consent for abortion.
You know, the truth is that these little babies still in the womb do feel pain at a very early age. And it also emphasizes that, you know, these are little human beings. They do experience pain in the womb, and we need to realize that. And we need to think again about how this humanizes even more what previously had been characterized as a clump of tissue. Obviously, these young human beings, the science backs up what we know in our heart. They do feel pain.
Absolutely.
People can realize the real facts about these developing human beings, that they feel pain, that their heart is beating and pumping blood throughout their bodies, that they are living beings. And it's incumbent on us to get this truth out there, that these young human beings deserve respect and human dignity.
The abortionist takes a suction catheter and is inserted through the cervix into the uterus. The suction machine is then turned on with a force 10 to 20 times more powerful than your household vacuum cleaner. The baby is rapidly torn apart by the force of the suction and squeezed through this tubing down into the suction machine, followed by the placenta. Though the uterus is mostly emptied at this point, one of the risks of a suction D&C is incomplete abortion. Essentially, pieces of the baby or placenta left behind. This can lead to infection or bleeding. In an attempt to prevent this, the abortionist uses a curette to scrape the lining of the uterus. A curette is basically a long-handled curved blade. Second trimester D&E abortions performed between roughly 14 and 24 weeks of gestation. Your patient today is 17 years old. She's 22 weeks pregnant. Her baby is the length of your hand plus a couple of inches. And she's been feeling her baby kick for the last several weeks, but she's asleep on an operating room table. You walk into that operating room scrubbed and gowned, and after removing laminaria, you introduce a suction catheter into the uterus. This is a 14 French suction catheter. If she were 12 weeks pregnant or less, basically the width of your hand or smaller, you could basically do the entire procedure with this. But babies this big don't fit through catheters this size. After suctioning the amniotic fluid out from around the baby, you introduce an instrument called a Sofer clamp. It's about 13 inches long. It's made of stainless steel. The business end of this clamp is about 2.5 inches long and 1/2 inch wide. There are rows of sharp teeth. This is a grasping instrument. When it gets a hold of something, it does not let go. A D&E procedure is a blind abortion, so picture yourself introducing this and grabbing anything you can blindly and pull, and I do mean hard, and out pops a leg about that big, which you put down on the table next to you. Reach in again, and pull out an arm about the same length, which you put down on the table next to you. And use this instrument again and again to tear out the spine, the intestines, the heart and lungs. Head on the baby that size is about the size of a large plum. Can't see it, but you pretty good idea you've got it if you've got your instrument around something and your fingers are spread about as far as they go. You know you did it right if you crush down on the instrument and white material runs out of the cervix. That was the baby's brains. Then you could pull out skull pieces. And you have a day like I had a lot of times, sometimes a little face comes back and stares back at you.
Late-term abortions sometimes resulted in babies being aborted alive, and if they were aborted alive, they were allowed to die without any medical intervention whatsoever. The procedure is called induced labor abortion. To commit this method of abortion, the doctor inserts a medication into the mom's birth canal up to the cervix. And the cervix is the opening of the uterus. And doctors who are committing this method of abortion are aborting babies who are small, fully formed though. So this medication that they give the mom forces the cervix to open up, and so in essence the baby just falls out of the uterus. And that's how it comes to be that sometimes they're aborted alive.
Saline infusion abortion involves injecting a toxic salt solution into the amniotic fluid surrounding the preborn child. The intent of that toxic salt solution is to scald the child to death from the outside in. For days, I soaked in that toxic salt solution, and on the 5th day of the procedure, my biological mother, who was a 19-year-old college student, delivered me after her labor was induced. My life was intended to be ended by that abortion.
This method of abortion burns the baby inside and out, blinding and suffocating the child, who is then born dead, usually within 24 hours, and there should be a photo. Yes, this is what I survived. Instead of dying, after 18 hours of being burned in my mother's womb, I was delivered alive in an abortion clinic in Los Angeles on April the 6th, 1977. The abortionist was not at work yet. Had he been there, he would have ended my life with strangulation, suffocation, or leaving me there to die. Instead, a nurse called an ambulance, and I was rushed to a hospital. Doctors did not expect me to live. I did.
If a woman takes these abortion pills, it's going to be very intentional. It's going to kill the child, and it's going to induce the death of this child.
Etc.
And if you are shot by guns, the bullets pierce you everywhere and you die without anything to help you, and then you go straight to hell, how would you feel? How would you feel? And all the religious people, holy, this and reverend that, people worship you. People trust that you know God more than they do, if you're holier than them. And daily, you quietly support this kind of murder. A young human being has no chance to even see the sun, and has to be murdered in such a wicked, utmost cruel way like that. You support it by being silent. You support it even by saying that you should forgive these abortion acts. Forgive them, so they can continue to go to the church, give you more money, and make your church crowded so that you feel proud. And then they can do it again because it's so easy to be forgiven. Just go to you, confess it, give some money, and the sin is done, bought.
With the signing of this letter, Pope Francis has allowed all priests to absolve the faithful of the, quote, grave sin of abortion.
In a letter from the Vatican, Pope Francis is giving priests the approval to forgive abortions, so long as women confess and seek forgiveness in this upcoming Jubilee year.
Aborto tecnicamente è un'espressione che coinvolge tutte le persone che sono coinvolte nell'aborto. Quindi dalla donna, dall'infermiere, dal medico, da chi sostiene questa indicazione. Quindi il peccato di aborto è globale e quindi il perdono dal peccato di aborto è ugualmente onnicomprensivo. Tocca a tutti coloro che sono attori di questo peccato.
Etc. Is God kind of a bribery being? Is heaven a kind of a blackmailing system? Huh? Are you worshiping God, glorifying heaven, or are you blackening God's name or darkening the glory of heaven? Ask yourself, what should you do? The leaders of the world and the leaders of the religions, you have done something wonderful in your past life or lives. So nowadays, you have been reaping the reward, being on top of the human world. People worship you, people respect you, people support you, elected you, trust you in the highest possible position in this world. You should continue to do more virtuous deeds, preach more holy doctrine, bring people closer to God, and earn much and much more merit than any physical position, any physical reward could give you. You would be held in higher and higher esteem by the world, and you would bring people more and more toward God to do more good things for everyone on this planet, following your example. Otherwise, we will continue to support war every day, with some breaking out into adults' war, humans' war. Not just humans, adults together, but humans against little babies in the womb, against little sheep, baby sheep, or baby cows, and little fish in the sea, little wild monkeys in the forest.
Sorry, sensitive images, but in reality, it's absolutely heartbreaking.
The leaders of the world and the leaders of the religions, you have been doing something wonderful in your past life or lives. So nowadays, you have been reaping the reward, being on top of the human world. People worship you, people respect you, people support you, elected you, trust you in the highest possible position in this world. You should continue to do more virtuous deeds, preach more holy doctrine, bring people closer to God, earn much and much more merit than any physical position, any physical reward could give you. You would be held in higher and higher esteem by the world, and you would bring people more and more toward God to do more good things for everyone on this planet, following your example. Otherwise, we will continue to support war every day, with some breaking out into adults' war, humans' war. Not just humans, adults together, but humans against little babies in the womb, against little sheep, baby sheep, or baby cows, and little fish in the sea, little wild monkeys in the forest.
Humans are driving a catastrophic decline in the planet's wildlife, and it's putting many ecosystems on the brink of collapse.
There is a dire warning tonight from climate scientists. They say 1 million of the Earth's 8 million plant and animal species are now at imminent risk of extinction, according to a new UN study.
To satisfy the world's appetite for meat, we have created a gigantic global industry.
We kill and eat more animals in a year than the number of human beings who have ever lived on the planet from whenever we crawled out of the swamps.
overnight Russia launching a massive aerial attack on Kyiv, firing more than 400 attack drones, according to Ukraine's military.
The fighting along the contested border between Thailand and Cambodia has spilled over into a second day, and that's forced tens of thousands of people to flee the area, and both sides are blaming each other.
Sudan's civil war has entered a new horrific phase. The paramilitary Rapid Support Forces have gone on a killing rampage after taking over the key city of El Fasher.
etc. We are destroying everything. The more reverent, the more holy positions available and taken, the more suffering mounted in the world. Think about that. And the leaders of the world, you have been chosen, selected to be the leaders of your citizens, to bring them a better life, more comfort, to take care of them like your own family members, like your own children. Don't do the opposite to it. Don't worry much more about your votes, your pocket, than the merit and the punishment from heaven and hell. Your position in hell is what you should worry about, not the next election. If you can go to hell, you will see many monks and nuns and priests of all kinds of religions in there, in hell, and different types of hells. Because they don't really propagate good. They don't really take care of their moral standards and their virtues and their compassion according to their religions. They misinterpret it to suit their own good so that they will profit more in different ways. There are no doubt virtuous monks, wonderful nuns, and pure priests, but unless they are truly adhering to the precepts, the principles of their religions, they will be going to hell. I know even personally some Buddhist monks, they violate precepts all the time, or at least sometimes. Even I donate a lot to the temples, different temples, without mentioning it before. I mean, truly a lot of money for one person. For the little money that I have, especially in the beginning of my mission, I didn't have much money, and I still donated a lot to build temples, because I believe in monks and nuns and temples to lead people to righteousness and spare them from hell. They still gossip. I don't know if they gossip about anybody else, but they gossip about me on the internet even. Some do it quietly, but I know they do because it leaked out somewhere else. And some are on the internet. What have I done to them? What have I taught that is wrong? If I taught anything wrong, knowingly and for my profit, my God ban me forever in hell. I still do pray to God to forgive them. But that's not a monk's and nun's job to spread useless, nonsensical, untrue gossip. To be so uncompassionate, to be so immoral and ungrateful like that. I earn money, of course, but for me, to give away like almost $500,000 for just one temple, for example, it is still a lot for me compared to the way I live my life. So it was a shock to me to hear these so-called reverends gossip about me, accuse me about things that have no truthfulness in them also, and have nothing to do with teaching people to do good, to behave, to follow moral standards and good precepts. I have never thought anything wrong morally to anybody. I've never taught anybody anything to profit myself. Whatever I earn, I give. And I myself am even frugal to the dollar. Some of the so-called disciples, the ones that sneak into my group or just aspire to learn something from the initiation and went out and become a master. Using my power, my name, to even fake my own jewelry design and any other things to live a good life. I buy many expensive watches, cars, etc. And don't even care how much it costs, such as Tangdam or Ruma, etc. Don't even ask for the price, yeah? And having luxury cars and all that. My monks and nuns, they don't have luxury cars. I have some that look like luxury cars, but they are second-hand or third-hand. Only one or two. They're not even in my possession, in my name, not even. And they think because they wear beautiful clothes like me, designing clothes like that, then they look like me. I say I'm even to them. Oh, what even, huh? Stealing my designs and all that and making underground jewelry, lamps and clothing. And then make the government blame me for tax fraud. I didn't. Even if I don't pay tax just because maybe I don't know, but I do pay tax every year. I don't mean personally, my company pays and I sign. And I only have so much money as I need. Even if I have money in the bank, it's because I have to. Nowadays, when I first came out, I didn't have any credit cards. All my disciples took care of the money in bank. I never had any bank account. Then I could not even pay for petrol because I didn't even know then that for petrol you have to have a credit card. After I had credit cards and bank account, they gave birth to new problems in different areas and countries, such as the fire department or the police asked and demanded proof for the source of where so much money came from for the several big truckloads of donated toys for children, for food banks, for disaster victims, for poor families, even for the police vegan chocolates for Christmas to thank them for previous help, etc. Because no one ever gave so much before. And they even checked it all with the shops to make sure that I paid. It's supposed to be simple, casual, and anonymous. Then later, some newspapers even say that I wanted fame because I paid the clothes for the poor by credit cards. They found out this info from the police and the stores. They said if I really wanted to be anonymous, I would have paid with cash. At that time, I had no more cash left. I maxed my cards there in Canada. Couldn't go back to Spain. Had to borrow cards from 3 disciples to pay for the flight. Sometimes I don't need to use my cards for a while. Then the machine swallowed up my card. Other times, same thing happened, but inside a bank. I just wanted 4,000, but the bank chopped up my card in front of me, not saying a word. I was too embarrassed to ask why. Everyone there stared at me like you know what. So I thought it's better I joined the account of one of my residents who has been taking care of my money so she can take care of it better. But the bank said I want to steal her money, thus didn't let me join her bank account and refused to let me open my own. So then when I was in Europe, I opened an account with the branch in Spain. And that bank, after 3 decades with me as a client, just blocked my account tell me I have to reapply, reprove my money source to have my account to go through it all again. I could not even take out some money to donate to the church and to the animal people shelter nearby in Spain, yeah. I used to donate money to several of the animal people shelters there. The bank said that an international lawyer must be found to do my paperwork. Dear heaven, I can't. No time, no confidence to entrust all my personal data while on the run, trying to protect my safety. Can't stay anywhere too long either. And there was already bad experience with bank in Spain too. They stopped my money from being sent to buy an ashram in Canada, saying that something's wrong with my passport. But I can travel the world over with that same passport. And they did accept my money for an account there, in that same bank, and with my same passport. And my smaller bank, called a few blocks away, they could send for me $300,000 as my donation for Hurricane Katrina victims in the USA. No problem, no questions asked. Then I wanted to change the bank to a Hungarian one, but also I could not because in Spain said the same negative things, more or less, and did not want to help me change banks. So I closed this account and took all my money out in cash, etc. There are many, many more stories about my banks. I can talk forever about them. It's hard to understand for me. I hope you know now, by the way, why I can't always have a new ashram for you. It's hard to deal with bank bureaucracy. But without credit cards, I'm sometimes stuck on the street in the middle of nowhere at night when petrol stations closed. Nowhere to sleep, mosquito bites everywhere. In the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere. So I had to have a bank account. And I have bank account so that I can buy an ashram, a second-hand or some-hand car to run around, to take care of you, to go give speech and all that. Oh my God, God doesn't allow me to go anywhere at the moment. Number one, because God worries about my safety. Number two, as you know, even spies came into my group and caused trouble also. Big or small, or some killing people threatened to take my life. Spies are in front of my door, inside my group, all kinds. They just have the way to get in, and to know information and all that. And nowadays, you can't even pay cash. I used to carry cash around to give to people on the street or buy things from small businesses so that they can survive. Small businesses on the street, they don't have machine for credit cards. Beggars on the boulevard, they don't have a bank account to cash my check. Homeless people, they have only a tent to protect themselves from the wind and sun. How could I give them any check or credit card to cash in? But nowadays, mostly everything is done digitally. So I don't have cash now. I can't spend cash now, even if I have it. I don't know how to do all this digital stuff. And I'm also hesitant to always give my name out anywhere to anybody's hand like that. Life is getting worse and worse for humans. Nowadays, you can't even pay cash. I used to carry cash around to give to people on the street or buy things from small businesses so that they can survive. Small businesses on the street, they don't have machine for credit cards. Beggars on the boulevard, they don't have a bank account to cash my check. Homeless people, they have only the tent to protect themselves from the wind and sun. How could I give them any check or credit card to cash in? But nowadays, mostly everything is done digitally. So I don't have cash now. I can't spend cash now, even if I have it. I don't know how to do all this digital stuff. And I'm also hesitant to always give my name out anywhere into anybody's hand like that. Life is getting worse and worse for humans. The money I put in the bank has a source. Like if I sell the house or an ashram and get new one, I have a source. I have information, everything. But it's years already and I don't remember. I don't even have any paper. And if you tell me to go back to this old house, I would not know how. I got lost many times. In Spain, for example, because I don't know how to go back to my house. I thought I knew, but I forgot. And one time the taxi driver even threw me out in the middle of the street because I kept showing him the wrong way to go home. He thought I was playing some game with him. And I had to stay on the street in the night even and wait at any car that passed by to give me a lift. And then I had to go to some kind of office to ask, show my name and ask, I have a house here in your region, please find out for me. And finally I could get home. But many times like that, not just one time, any time. I don't even remember now, as I told you, where my house was, what's the address, even the city where it's situated. And I got lost many times going back to Sihu. I can't even tell the taxi driver how to get here, get there. Yeah, you know the story, and you know the neighbors who had to take me home. Because sometimes I come back from the airport, it's very late at night and long hours. So luckily I just know, like in Sihu, for example, sometimes in the mountain area like where we live, there's no address, no street really. So I just know at least Sihu, and then we kept running around and I got lost. So that one time at least I saw a light in the house, which I knew this is Sihu at least, so I came in and asked him. And then he recognized me. He said, oh, I take you home. I know where it is. I know Sihu ashram. So he had to take me home. Several times it happened like that. I got lost all the time. If I don't have people come and fetch me, then I get lost. Mostly my so-called God's disciples would come and fetch me. But sometimes it's too late and they don't answer the phone. So I had to get a taxi. And the taxi also could not find it because there is no street, no address in the mountain area. The same in Spain, I also got lost many times. All of the houses that I bought and changed and new again, I got lost going to them all the time unless somebody drives me. They know the street. Because sometimes I live so fast and I don't have any address with me. That's the problem. I don't keep addresses and stuff. And sometimes I keep it in a book and then I leave it somewhere and then I couldn't find it. So I got lost all the time. In America also I got lost going to my rental home. I couldn't go home. And then the police saw me running around in the car, came and stopped me. And I just have to say that, oh, I'm just standing here for a while, taking a breath of fresh air, and I will go home soon. And I just drove away. In France, I was driving a British car, and I rode on a very big countryside road. I got lost also. I didn't know how to get home. And I drove around, and the police came and said, what are you doing? You cannot drive on the left side. We are in France. You have to drive on the right side. I forgot. Luckily, it was a country road. It was like forever long, forever far. I got lost also. I can't remember how I got home. I guess I called somebody at home and told them that I'm lost, and they use the GPS from my phone to find me. I'm not very good driver. It's good that I don't drive anymore. And I don't have car anymore. Mostly the car, I don't drive. I drove only when I was younger and nearby only. And I marked the road very well before I drove out. I thought I would remember, but it was not true. When I got out, the road changed. It's not the same like when you went out. It's different when you come back. Like a two-way street becomes one way when you come back on the other side or something like that. I could never be very sure where I'm going. But all this money has this information in the bank because they would transfer the money to my bank and they would say where it's from. So I don't know why the bank couldn't find out where my money came from and gave me a hard time and took my money and didn't let me even give it as charity to the church and to the animal people shelters. Completely gone. They've taken my money. This is something like 4 or 5 million US dollars. Now it's all gone. And I don't have much cash either. But God will take care of me. As I always think like that. Maybe because I'm not all that streetwise. So God takes good care of me. So I'm still okay up to now. Don't worry about me. God takes care. I have to listen. So I can't just go out the way I want. I have to ask for permission and whether or not I should go. But sometimes the karma of the world is also misleading me. So I run into trouble sometimes. Even if I have money on me, it's not like trying to avoid tax or anything. It is for giving away, an easy way. Like cash is easier to give to people. When they're lying on the street sick and an urgency like that, then I have to help to call an ambulance. And I have to pay for their fee completely. I can't I can't give them the check and say, take care of yourself, call an ambulance. They don't even have the telephone, for example. And they don't have money to pay for the hospital. Sometimes they have to have like guarantee to pay. And I have to do all that. For example, all my money, even if I keep it for myself, on myself, is never with a bad intention. It's always for good purposes. But of course I can't explain all this everywhere. Even the bank knows me for many decades. It still gives me a hard time. I don't understand this world. It's not easy to live in this world. And nowadays, even if you want to go somewhere, you have to buy a ticket. But you can't pay with cash anymore. You have to book first online. And I never know where my name goes and who would see my name, for example. Nowadays, you can't just go anywhere with the visa waiver. You have many countries now that make it difficult. You have to request your entry in advance. And even you have to pay tax for your holiday. My God, you work all the year saving little money to go on vacation. And then when you reach that country, you have to pay tax also for your little pleasure, 2 weeks or something in advance. Yeah, and maybe that money you could not afford. Not everyone has a lot of money to pay for anything. They just plan their very frugal budget in advance. And if they pay even $1 more, that is one item less in their meal in the foreign land to afford. The governments, they have it all well done. So they don't care about people who work so hard for the government to even exist and to continue. They keep asking them for money, for this, for that, and all kinds of things. And or even if you have a house, maybe your house is too big, the government might want to take it. And then you have to go somewhere else. Rent a house or rent a little apartment for anything. To some people, the house is their sentiment, their memories of all good, sometimes all the way from grandma, grandpa, a great ancestry up to the present day. And they would not know how to even do all this paperwork in order to keep it. All this digital kind of system will confuse the elderly people. They work all their lives to keep the society intact, to keep the government paid. And then when they're older now, they have to worry about a digital kind of bureaucracy, which they all their lives they might not know. I'm telling you the truth, I also don't know much about this digital stuff. I only do the computer, which is already arranged by my team members long ago, many years already. So I continue with that. If you ask me to make maybe even a new secret code that you put in your computer in order to open it, I wouldn't know how. And everything, if it hasn't already appeared on the screen, like YouTube or anything, I wouldn't know how to find it. And if I have viewed one article on the internet, and if, for example, my electricity has gone out and that article lost, I wouldn't know how to find it. I'm a really helpless woman in this wide world. I have never learned all these things before, because before I have always had a secretary to do it, and things were not as complicated as nowadays. If I want to go somewhere, I just quietly go to the airport and buy my ticket right there, for example, like that. And if I want to buy a house, I just buy a house. And the bank and the agency will take care of all that. But even then, I got lost many times. All these digital kind of systems will confuse the elderly people. They work all their lives to keep the society intact, to keep the government paid. And then when they're older now, they have to worry about a digital kind of bureaucracy, which they all their lives they might not know. I'm telling you the truth, I also don't know much about this digital stuff. I'm a really helpless woman in this wide world. I have never learned all these things before, because before I have always had a secretary to do it, and things were not as complicated as nowadays. If I want to go somewhere, I just quietly go to the airport and buy my ticket right there, for example, like that. And if I want to buy a house, I just buy a house. And the bank and the agency will take care of all that. But even then, I got lost many times. I have never been able to find a loan with taxi before my house or my ashram or anywhere. I always have to have somebody else, or I have to call them when I'm lost in the middle of somewhere. Sometimes I cannot call them because it's late at night, because the airplane came late. Then their phone is kaput. I don't have all the phone numbers of all the people that work for me. Even now, I don't know the people who work for me, their email or telephone, I don't know. I don't call people. I don't add them. I don't trouble them. I only work with some team members. Not all team members, even in-house. They don't know my phone. I don't know their phone. I don't know their email. I don't know how to send things to them. I only send to some team members, and they specialize in sending things out for me, receiving things for me, and sending it to me. Just in one item like that. I'm not good at anything like that, high-tech stuff. I only had the iPhone in very recent years even. Before that, I had a very small phone, as small as my wrist. And all I did was just call. Or even one time, good text, but that's an easy one for me before. Nowadays, I can't use them anymore. I have iPhone or whatever, and I don't even know how to text. Up to now, even I can't even text. I also don't want anybody to know what I text and where I live by the phone nowadays even, so I don't phone. Also nowadays, you have to book in advance. You can't just go to the airport and pay. Even with a credit card or anything, you have to book in advance. So if I want to go somewhere, I have to consider whether or not it's safe, because if I send my phone number, and then they asked me. One time I was in an airport just a couple of years ago, and I wanted to book a ticket to go, and they didn't let me because I didn't book in advance. I said, "Can I book now?" He said, "Yes." I told them my name and all that, and my email. I said, "I don't have," and they could not believe me. They thought I was kind of tricking them, but I really don't have an email. Even if I have an email, I also don't know how to use it. You have to use it often, otherwise you won't know how. I forget. If I don't use it, I forget. And I cannot just have a secretary next to me every day now. I can't. And to rely only on the taxi or the delivery man also has not a very favorable point. I got the wrong things often. Not the one I order, but the wrong ones. And it's very difficult to deal with all that. So even if it's wrong, I don't send it back. I don't know how. I just keep it. It's just too much trouble to send back, too much paperwork or whatever. I can't just go out and send it, so I just keep it. Or sometimes give it away if I can. Give it away. If the taxi nearby or delivery man, I just give it to them. And they give it to someone else, They can always give it to a food bank or charity shop. But I don't always want to even show myself to do this. Even delivery man just goes somewhere and then I go there and get it nearby. And if things are too heavy, I can't carry them all the way there to give it to him. So I just have to live according to the order of the day. But I'm still okay. I can manage all that. It's just that booking tickets and asking for visa in advance, I'm a little worried because you have to send in your name long time, many days in advance, and you never know who knows me in that office. And that person is who, what does he do? If he's even a spy or not. So many things are very inconvenient these days. Many new laws are very, very illogical. But it's because of the war also, I guess, So the governments of some countries feel that they have to take precautions. Imagine if a whole big country has all kinds of equipment and defense. Like even for a big country in Europe, for example, still have to be so cautious like that. What about a little one like me, huh? I don't want to come back again to this world to teach people and to endure all the suffering anymore because of this fanatic, ignorant or extremist and illogical government law, for example. Because of the war, many countries have become very tight in control and many different systems have spring up. They think they can control things to protect themselves, but it's not always convenient for the citizens. It's getting more and more trouble for me, even personally. But it's okay, I'm still here with you, and my blessing is not any less than before. It's more and more, in fact. So you will be taken care of, don't worry. If any of you, by ignorance, are following any other low-level astral beings or demons, you must repent and return to practice the way you have been taught, because there's nothing, not even a nanometer wrong in my teaching to you. Nothing harms you. Everything is for protection and going back to your true home. This world is an illusion. It's fake. It's like a shadow of your body. Okay? I gain nothing teaching you. I don't take your money. And I don't ask you to do anything for me. Everything you want to do is because you know it's good for the world, good for your merit. You volunteer. You come and you volunteer. It's not me ever forcing you to do anything. Of course, many of your fellow spiritual brothers and sisters, they also don't contribute anything, even to Supreme Master TV or anything, but they're still there and they still have their blessing and protection. I gain nothing from any of you, just bad karma, dangerous karma, and limitation of my freedom and my peace. Please, you know it. If any country's citizen learns from my teachings and receives direct blessing from God, knowingly, consciously, then that country would be blessed. The government's employees, the head of the government, the head of the nation will be sleeping soundly, snoring even, eating well, sleeping well, because my disciples would all be the best citizens that they can find. But no, I'm often harassed and have to hide, have to run for my life, for my safety, for my freedom even, so that I can continue to help, hoping one day they will all understand that I mean only well for their citizens, their country, and for the world. But up to now, I still have to bear all kinds of inconvenience, troubles, dangers, and threats. I just really don't know how the intelligent leaders of the world and the holy leaders of religions can ignore the suffering of other human beings, such as a little baby in the mother's womb, and such as the little chicks just thrown into the grinding machine alive, and such a little cow snatched away, yanked away from his mother, crying behind their truck. They saw all that on the internet. They know the suffering these affected beings have to endure, and still they turn a blind eye, still continue to support, to contribute, to subsidize all these kinds of murderous organizations or groups, lawfully even, openly. And yet they're spending time, money, airplane, fuel, taxpayers, money for a meeting for peace, asking for peace, and many also praying for peace. Nowadays, it's difficult to say that you don't know, because all the information is open, laid bare, on the internet, online, anywhere you can see it.
etc.
So I just hope that one day, the next day, next morning, I would open my wigwam seeing a peaceful world, seeing all beings are protected by secular power according to God's will, and live together happily, helping each other, sympathizing with each other's misfortune and pain, and help to alleviate it, so that no one on this planet will ever have to shed any tears of sorrow, but just of happiness and contentment. May God continue to still love us despite all our sins and misdeeds, so that we can have time to repent, to U-turn, and to live a decent life, a virtuous life, according to God's will. We thank you, Lord. Amen.